one guy was pretty far off, one guy was pretty close, and then one guy was really, really close. Where do you think, what's gravel going to be like in 5 years?
That's a good question. I mean, I think that it's probably, the trend that we've seen is that it's getting more serious, and sort of the spirit of gravel era is kind of slowly phasing out. Probably not phasing out for the...
You didn't even use air quotes when you said that.
If you don't use air quotes, it means like you're all in.
Well,
okay.
Yeah, Dylan also killed the spirit of gravel.
Yeah.
I probably for the mid-packers and everything, there's still a spirit of gravel, but man, at the pro level, there is no more spirit of gravel, in my opinion.
No, it's all blood.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's become like professional road racing, kind of. Yeah. And I would say that,
there's no kind of to it. This is the USA professional cycling.
And it's so conflicting, too, because it's a cool thing, but it's also a shitty thing.
That's why we're doing the privateer, dude.
Yeah, I know.
We can mix the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I know.
So this is a hot take of mine. I think that gravel cycling in the U.S. is the most competitive discipline of cycling, even more competitive than domestic level road racing.
Yeah, wow.
I think that
in the U.S.
I'm not talking about Europe.
Obviously, I agree 1,000%.
Obviously, the World Tour is more competitive than U.S. gravel racing. I'm talking about if you're racing in the U.S.
Yep.
Exclusively.
Exclusively. Gravel is the most competitive discipline, and the riders that are at the top of gravel racing in the U.S. are stronger than the riders that are at the top of U.S. road racing.
Agreement.
Yeah.
Actually, that leads to a topic we touched on last week, but I want to. So your Bonk Bros buds, are y'all in the same age group?
Yeah,
30,
we're all
30 under.
Yeah, we're all well. Adam is above 30. Tyler's above 30. Tyler, I don't know. I don't want to missay his age here, but he might be mid 30s. We're all mid 30s to mid 20s.
Okay. A discussion point for us last week was what I called the U23 black hole. How basically after U23 cycling in the USA, we lose so much talent. Mm-hmm. It's traditionally been the issue over the years. People that are good riders, but not true pro level riders, world tour level riders, kind of get thrown to the wayside. After college, after U23. That's my belief anyway. But I see it as, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't that 23 to 29, 30, 31? That's
peak.
That's the Grand Prix talent right now, right?
Yeah. How old's Payson? Payson's what, 28, 29 right? Or is he early 30s?
30.
I think Payson's a little older.
Okay.
But yeah, he's turning into an old man of the scene. But anyway, am I wrong in that assumption, in that from developing USA high-level cycling, that's the age group that it really needs to be focused in, but it's also a lot of the people that up until the Grand Prix were going away from competitive cycling, and so because there was no way to make a living at it, there was no way to not even make a living, just pay for my travel and so I can go race my bike. Or is my perception wrong in that?
I think your perception is correct. I actually think that gravel racing is really good for professional cycling in the U.S. I think it's just another avenue that people who are kind of in that black hole that you're talking about to actually make it in the sport, because it is very difficult for a U.S. rider, either in World Cup mountain biking or World Tour road racing, to go over to Europe and make it. And it's not because they don't have the talent, but it's just because they don't have the home continent advantage.
Or the support, or the infrastructure.
Or the support, or then, exactly. But I mean, I'm just saying, road racing in Europe is different than road racing in the U.S., and if you're not used to it, you could have an FTP that's 30 watts higher than your competition.
Well, it's a good thing gravel racing in Europe is just like gravel racing in the United States, right?
Right. Yeah.
But all these good questions, you never answered the one pressing question.
What was the pressing one?
What's the best sandwich?
Yeah, what sandwich do you want, man?
The sandwich. All right.
We can't let that go unanswered, because I'm super curious. I mean,